कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त सरस्वती नामिने। श्रीवासवानवी देवी दैताय कृपाकरे कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्री रूपानुगभक्तिदा श्री गौरा करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्ते दीनकारिणे विरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तध्वान्तहारिणे। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्ते विप्रलम्बारसाम्भोजे पादाम्बुजायते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगावरायते। गौराविर्भावभूमे स्वं निर्जेष्टा सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णवः सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महागणयाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरकृष्णे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतोपङ्गो ममन्द्रमदेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजो श्रीराधामदनमोहनो श्रीवृन्दावनगतपद्मनाभः श्रीमद्रत्नाकर सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा शीलगोविन्ददेवो दृष्टादिविसेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भि वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षं वेणो समेर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथाच्युतेस्तुनः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। व्यास उवाच संपृष्टो विप्राणाम्रो महर्षिणि प्रतिपूज्य वचस्तेषां प्रवर्तोचक्रमे। उवाच नवजन्तमतवेतकृत्यं वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहार। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदु तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावमखिल श्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपमतीर्षितां तमोऽन्यम् संसारिणां करुणया पुराणगम्यं मुनीनां नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नमस्कृतोऽहं भवद्वेलोकमङ्गलं यद्यदा कृष्णसम्प्रश्नो येन मनासु प्रसीदति। सर्वभूतान्तरो धर्मो ययात्मासु प्रसीदति। वासुदेवे भगवती भक्तियोग प्रयोजितः यतनशूलयाज्ञं ज्ञानं शरयतनिदुःखम्। धर्मसंस्कृता पुंसां विश्वक्षेण दास्यः नोत्पादयेदिरकिं श्रमयेव हि केवलम्। धर्मस्य नातायुपकल्पये नास्तस्य धर्मस्य कामो लाभाय चिन्तया। कामस्य नेन्द्रियप्रीतिः लाभो जीवे यावता जीवस्य च तपजिज्ञासा नातोऽस्ति कर्मभिः वदन्ति तत्त्वज्ञानमद्वयम् ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान् इति शब्दते सच्चिदानन्दमयो ज्ञानवैराग्ययुक्तया पश्यन्त्यात्मानं प्रत्यक्षुतया अतः विभागशः स्वनिष्ठस्य जन्मस्य संसिद्धिहरितोषणम् तस्मादेन मनसा भगवान् सात्वतां पतिः श्रोत्वयस्य पूज्यस्य नित्यदा यद्गुणसंयुक्ता कर्मान्धनिबन्धनं चिन्तति गोविन्दस्य पूर्णगुरुयाकतारतिकम् श्रीकृष्णस्य वासुदेव कथारुचि श्यामसेवया विप्रा पुण्यतीर्थनिषेवनात् श्रीमतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनं श्रीयन्तस्तुभद्राणि विदुनोति सुरक्षतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी तदा रजस्तमो भावा कामलोभभयश्चे चेतैर्यनावेदं सिद्धं स्वैरसीदति एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवद्भक्तियोगतः भगवद्गीतानं भक्तसंज्ञं जायते विद्येते सर्वसंशया क्रियन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तेषैवात्मनीश्वरे अतो वै कवयो नित्यं भक्तिं परमयामुगा वासुदेव भगवती कुर्वन्यात्मसाधनं तत्त्वमस्मृतिः प्रकृते गुणैस्ते ज्ञानेन विरिञ्चि हरेति संज्ञा त्रयीमयः गुणयोताग्रे वासुदेव परावेदा वासुदेव परामता वासुदेव परायोगा वासुदेव पराक्रिया वासुदेव परं ज्ञानं वासुदेव परं तपः वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परागति स एवेदं सच्चायते भगवानात्मायया सर्वभूतासो गुणमय गुणविभो गुणेषु गुणवानिव अन्तर्दर्शनाभाति विज्ञानेनाभिवृद्धः यथा नानेव भातिशात्मा भूतेषु तथा धर्मान् असोषणमयिभावे भूतसंश्रियामभिः स निर्विदेषु निर्विष्टो भूतेषु तेषु तद्गुणान् भावयते सत्त्वेन लोकान्वयो लोकभावनः लीलावतारमतो देवयोजनादिषु. So we are in the second chapter, text number 16 is over. First, yeah. 17. शृण्वतां स्वगता कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवण कीर्तन यदन्तस्तो ह्यभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सताम्. So this particular section of these 5 verses talks about the different levels of bhakti, different stages of bhakti. Bhakti, when I say, it is referring to pure devotional service, different stages of pure devotional service. So what are the different stages of pure devotional service? Ado Shraddha, beginning Shraddha. If Shraddha is there, what you do? Sadhu Sangha. Then Sadhu Sangha is there, then Bhajana Kriya. Then Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti. And then Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. 9 stages. But these 9 stages are elaborated more with a question that where did the Shraddha come from? Somebody may ask. Srila Vishvanath Cakravarti, he says, Mahat Kripa and Mahat Seva. He adds two things before Shraddha. So then you have Mahat Kripa, Mahat Seva. First it is Kripa.
Satam Kripa.
Satam Kripa, Mahat Seva. Satam Kripa, by the association or the Kripa of the devotees, then you get Seva. So how do you know that you got the mercy of the devotees? When you get engaged in some Seva. So Seva is the mercy of the devotees. Sata Kripa Mahat Seva. So then that Mahat Seva translates into Shraddha. That Shraddha translates into Sadhu Sangha. And the Sadhu Sangha translates into Spriha. Spriha becomes Bhajana Kriya. Bhajana Kriya, result of Bhajana Kriya is what? Anartha Nivritti. Anartha Nivritti leads to Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. Then after you attain Prema, what is the result? Darshan. Having darshan of the sweet form of Krishna. And after darshan, what do you do? Like you have darshan of Rasgulla, what do you do? Taste. Mahaduri Anupam. Taste. So in this way, 9 becomes 14. Okay? When this 9 has become 14, we should know that everything starts with Mahat Kripa. How do I get bhakti or anybody gets bhakti? The only way is Krishna tad bhakta kripaika labdham. Either by Krishna's mercy directly or tad bhakta, devotees' mercy. Without the mercy of devotees or Krishna, there is no question of attaining bhakti. One cannot say, I will do some pious activity by which I can get bhakti. Punya will not lead to, or I will do some tapasya by which I will get. So there are so many pious people, religious people in India. But somewhere in America, in Brewery, one drug addict got bhakti. Here he did not get. Why? What is the reason? Because that person there, he got the mercy of here, he did not get it. It was available, but he did not take it. So this is how we should know that everything starts with the mercy of devotion. Kripaika labdham. How do you get devotion? The question is only by kripa. Because bhakti is independent of our material position. Nobody can say that I am rich, that is why I am qualified for bhakti. What is the qualification for bhakti? Bhakti is the qualification for bhakti. So until unless one gets the kripa, how do you get kripa? Or in what form do you get kripa? In what form do you get kripa? In the form of seva. So many times people say, why are we doing service, seva? It is because the mercy of the devotee comes in the form of seva. So when you do that seva, mahat seva, then what happens? There is ruchi in bhajan. Or that ruchi in bhajan, little bit ruchi in bhajan, that is called Shraddha. That is called Shraddha. Not 100% ruchi, but there is some. I know that even though I don't know, I should listen. Even though I am not able to experience anything, I know there is some truth in it. That is called Shraddha. Adho Shraddha. Now the Shraddha is of two kinds. Srila Vishvanath Cakravarti has written one book called dhurya-ka. He says one Shraddha is known as Shastriya Shraddha, or which is very natural Shraddha. And he names it as Sacha sa cha swabhaviki kenapi balad utpadita cha. So So, two things. One is what? Swabhaviki. Other one is what? Balat. Forcibly. Forcibly, somebody has Shraddha. Other Shraddha is what? Swabhaviki. Now, how do you understand what is Swabhaviki Shraddha? Swabhaviki Shraddha has been described by Srila Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbhas. He says Swabhaviki Shraddha is nothing else other than called Shastriya Shraddha. So this is called Shastriya Shraddha. When you associate with devotees and you get the mercy, you start serving them, then you have developed faith, which is known as Swabhaviki Shraddha or Shastriya Shraddha. Now we all know that these stages now, but first stage we are discussing. What is the first stage? Shraddha. So I am just going to read from Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary or Bhakti Sandarbha, where it is described the type of faith generated by association or mercy is Swabhaviki, natural. It is also called Shastriya. So when we say Shraddha, it refers to what? Shastriya Shraddha. On Shraddha on what? Scriptures. Shraddha on Scriptures. You have Shraddha on Guru, you have Shraddha on Scripture. If your Shraddha on Guru is not because he has Shraddha on Scriptures, then anybody can become your Guru. Any Dadi wala will make him Guru because you don't see, you have Shraddha, but it is not Shastra. Now tell me, most of us have some faith in Prabhupada. Why? Why? Because he has faith in Scriptures. Isn't it? Because he has faith in Scriptures. When he went to the West, he took Bhagavatam. And when he was giving, when he was seeing the brewery and then he was writing the bhajan, he had faith in what?
You have some business, yes,
you have some business, you send me. What is the business? Tell Bhagavatam. That is why he wrote these 5 verses. He used so much of faith that if these people hear Bhagavatam, they will be transformed. I don't have any qualification, but make me speak this Bhagavatam so that they will hear it, their life will be transformed. So he did not go that I am going to transform America. He had total faith in Srimad Bhagavatam. He has total faith in. So that is what a guru transfers onto the disciple. It's called Shastriya Shraddha. Now, faith that is awakened by force or ordinary temporal materialistic faith is called Laukika Shraddha. Is the faith that has not arisen from the association or mercy of exalted devotees. Rather, it has been adopted artificially by imitating others. This type of Shraddha has no particular use in execution of pure bhajan. Upon attaining this association of exalted devotees, however, a person with such Laukiki Shraddha can make his life successful by achieving Swabhaviki Shraddha. So just because you find somebody having some Shraddha, that doesn't mean that person has Shastriya Shraddha. So you must have observed, it so happens that many people come with so much, you find all of a sudden one day because such a pure devotee and doing so much, and after some time some small thing happens here. Maybe he did not get a Rasgulla in Sunday feast program and somebody else got, or that person is not appreciated for something. Something happens, you don't find him at all. You call him, no, I'm busy. After some time you come to know he's somewhere with Osho or somebody else. And he feels, I feel better here. What does it mean? Laukiki Shraddha. Of course, whatever he has done during that time, it will not go waste. That is for sure, because he came in contact with devotees, he did some seva, he chanted few rounds, all distributed some books, so many things he has done. So that will not go waste. That is also called Shraddha. But it is not Shastriya Shraddha. And the Shastriya Shraddha is favorable for pure devotional service, whereas Laukik Shraddha is not favorable for pure devotional service. So that is why this is a very important subject matter, because Shraddha is the beginning. Shraddha is the beginning. If you don't know the beginning itself, then where will you get the end? No question of reaching the end. So for that, Srila Vishvanath Cakravarti Thakur quotes a very important and wonderful verse regarding Shastriya Shraddha. Most of you know this verse, quoted from Bhagavatam itself. Good to memorize this verse. Satam prasangan mamavirya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha tajjoshnada shapavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktiranukramishyati. Satam prasangat mamavirya samvido means what? Satam prasangat, the association of devotees, prasangat. Mamavirya samvido, what you are supposed to do?
Give my pastimes.
Give blessings. Give blessings. Then Maharaj will say, can you wait for 1 more hour? I'm just starting my class. And so Maharaj, I have to go. I'm about my urgent work. So I just want your blessings, that's all. And blessings are going to start in 5 minutes. So this is the problem. The problem is that so much of faith, that is why they come for blessings. Now, why they should come for blessings? They can spend their time. But it is not Shastriya. Though they have some faith, some good will happen to me. Going to this sadhu or going to this temple, some good thing will happen to me. What good thing, they have no idea. But something would happen to me and my family. So you cannot say there is no Shraddha. It is there. That is why they have come. It's also a big thing. It's not an ordinary thing. That is also coming from something. But that is not called Shastriya. You cannot trust that person. That Shraddha which he is having, it is Laukiki Shraddha. It is forced. Seeing somebody, that is, crowd attracts crowd. So many people are going, let me also go there. So many people are coming here. This temple, let me also have some faith. Then later on you'll find Radha Swami Satsang happens there. More people are there. That means something better must be here. Let me go there. Then you'll find somebody, oh, he's so rich, such a big temple, let me go there. So in this way, Shraddha is not Shastriya. Very few people are having Shastriya Shraddha. Very few. Among thousands and thousands of people who have faith, among them, hardly you can count on the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count on the fingers. Those who are what? Shastriya Shraddha. Swabhaviki or Shastriya. So Satam Prasangat Mamavirya Samvido. The whole purpose of going and seeing a sadhu is to what? Hear from Prasangat Mamavirya Samvido. Then what I am? Bhavanti Hrit Karna Rasayana Kata. Hrit Karna. Karna means the kata flows through the ears and enters the heart. Hrit Karna Rasayana Kata. Tajjoshnad. By hearing so, Ashu Apavarga Vartmani. Ashu means what? Very easily, very quickly. Apavarga Vartmani means attains Apavarga. What is the meaning of Apavarga? What is the meaning of Pavarga? Pa, Ha, Ba, Bha, Ma. What are the Pavarga? You don't know Pavarga? ABCD of Sanskrit. Then somebody asks, do you know Varna? Varnamala? Do you know ABCD of Sanskrit? I know. You have to tell like that. If you say Varnamala, they don't have an idea. So, there is one varga, there is many one. Ka varga. Ka, kha. Ga, gha. Yeah. And then cha, cha, ja, ja. So, in this way, you have one more varga called pa, ha, ba, ha, ma. What do you call fruits in Hindi? No, phalam. It is not fa. It is pa, fa, pa. Where this fa came, you don't know. So Urdu mixes. It is not fal. It is hal. Pa. What is the bigger pa? Ha. 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 Actually, it should be a little bit more nasal. Pa. Ha. Ba. Bha. It should know nasal. The bigger part, the what do you call? What do you call that one? Second one. Not dirgha. Dirgha is okay. So apavarga. This pa means what? Parishram. Pa means fena. Hena. And then ba means bandhan. Bha means bhaya. Ma is all in series. You work hard till you pain comes out. Pain comes out. Like a horse running. All the this is what do you call it? Pena in English, what do you say? Foam. Foam comes out. So tired. Then comes, because you worked hard, you got something. And because you got something, after so much of hard work, you just cannot live without it. Oh, suppose you get something free of cost. You are careless. But you have worked hard for something, then you may be attached. Because a rich man is there and his father has given 10,000 rupees take. And I put it in the pocket and he just changed his shirt or something like that. The father has raised the money. No, I forgot somewhere. But if this boy would have earned that 10,000 rupees after working very hard, same thing. The mother has worked hard for the child, carrying the child for baby in the womb for 9 months. And that is why very much attachment is there. Bandhan is because of hard work, hard earned money. It's my hard earned money. People say that. So then there is bandhan. Bandhan means you cannot go away from it. You don't want to go, leave it, and you cannot live without it. That's called bandhan. Like cow is tied to a rope. So it cannot go. And what is that rope? The rope of affection, attachment. That is called bandhan. Somebody thinks, what is this story about bandhan? What is it? Bandhan. I am free, I can jump, I can dance, I can go anywhere. Where is the bondage? Huh? Our bondage is by the ropes of affection, attachment. So when that attachment is there, fine, no problem. But the natural consequence of attachment is what? Bhaya. Bandhan leads to. Because many lifetimes, even in this lifetime also, we have so many experiences of losing some things which we are attached to. Isn't it? You like something and you lost it. And in the previous life, you liked your body and you lost it. That impression is there or not? That impression is there. So even a small baby, you find when he becomes fearful. Because where did he learn the fear from? He has learned the fear. How will you know something I should be afraid of? Because in the previous life, something which was very attractive or attached to was lost. So, in the consciousness, it is already there. I will lose the object of attachment. Because why? His experience of losing objects of attachment. Not only in this life, many, many lives. So that is why as soon as somebody gets attached, what is there? There is fear. Actually, you should enjoy, na? Be attached, be happy. Why are you not so happy with your object of attachment? Why there is fear? Because your experience of losing every object of attachment what you had, not only in this life, also. So automatically, every bondage gives you fear. Every attachment gives you fear. So then you live in fear whole life. How much our conditioned consciousness can tolerate fear, tell me? How much? You say voltage is increasing. Bulb is there, voltage you are increasing. It becomes brighter, brighter, brighter. And all of a sudden what happens? Fuse. That's called death. It is good. Because the voltage of attachment is increasing. And your body it cannot tolerate. The bulb has fused. And again restart. Another take put another bulb. And you go on increasing the voltage of attachment till you get fused. And after many times getting fused, when you are confused, then you say, Sishyastev Shadimam Tvam. Arjuna did, isn't it? Dharma Sammoda Cheta. What does it mean? Confused. So when you become confused, you come to Guru. Ram Rasangatma Veer Samvido. Bhavantyatkarana Rasayanakata Tajjoshnad Ashvapavargavartmani. Shraddha. Word comes. Shraddha. Then what? Rati Bhaktir Anukramishati. Here the word Shraddha is described. And after the Shraddha, other things are only expansions of Shraddha. Till Rati. Here the word Rati refers to Bhava. And Bhakti refers to Prema Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. Isn't it? Sadhana Bhakti is having different steps till we attain Bhava. So ultimately, actually, there are three only. Three steps. What are they? Sadhana, Bhava, and Prema. And Sadhana Bhakti has been expanded as what are they? Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha-nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti. And in Sadhana Bhakti there are two. What are the two? Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganu Sadhana. And Raganu Sadhana Bhakti starts after Nishtha. From Nishtha you continue your Vaidhi Bhakti and go to Vaikuntha. After Nishtha you start Raganu Sadhana Bhakti and go to Raja. This is how Nishtha is a stage where you can decide whether I want to go to Vaikuntha or whether I want to go to Goloka. If you want to go to Vaikuntha, then continue your Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. And if you want to go to Raja, what you should do? Raganuga. And what is the meaning of Raganuga? Following the footsteps of who are the great souls? Ragatmika Bhaktas. Ragatmika Bhaktas are the Bhaktas of Krishna in Raja. Subal Sakai. And you have the other Sakis, Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, and there are so many Rajavasis. They are Rajavasis means not Rajavasis here, the Rajavasis there along with Krishna in Bhaja, spiritual word Bhaja. So you follow in their footsteps. By following in their footsteps, you develop a particular bhava and attain Vrajadhama. So you are very clear about the overview of the entire thing. You may be thinking, why am I speaking all this? Because when you are going to somebody's house, you should know which floor they stay, which floor have reached. Isn't it? Otherwise, in the middle you come and say, oh, thak gaya, abhi le jate. You have to be top floor, 14th floor building, 9th floor building is there. You go on climbing. You have to go up. You should know which floor, what steps, what I am in. Very important. So this is how we discussed. We had to discuss about this. We came to know about this. Now, going further, Bhakti Sandarbha, reading further the same verse, because this verse is important for everyone else to memorize. First, as a result of associating with devotees, faith arises in supreme truth and in saintly personalities. Once a person develops a faith to hear Harikatha narrated by saintly personalities, an inclination towards Bhagavan is awakened within him. By the power of associating with saintly personalities, taste arises that causes the appearance of Bhagavan, the devotee cherished object of worship, bhajaniya, in a particular form in his heart. Also, a specific taste is awakened to perform bhajan for him. Thereafter, a specific desire arises within him to learn the confidential matters regarding the cherished Lord, Sri Krishna, and he takes shelter of one or many exalted personalities as Shravana Guru, from whom he hears about him. Here the word Shravana, hearing, means thoroughly comprehend the purport of scriptures by way of comprehending the introductory import of text, upakarma, comprehending the conclusion, upasamhara, repetition of the subject matter, abhyasa, reaping the fruit of contemplation, exceptional aspect of the subject matter, apurvata phala, elucidating on the import of scriptural statement, arthavada, and ascertaining the conclusive understanding, upapatti. I have introduced certain words here, very important to know. Why? We don't want to just have some Laukiki Shraddha. What we should have? Translation. Today, of course, Guru Tattva is eternal. But in the physical body, Guru is there today, tomorrow is not there. Tomorrow is not there, means after some time, physically is not present. So, you may say he is eternally there in his books. Prabhupada said, I am eternally in my books. So that has to be identified. Now somebody may say Srila Prabhupada is not there. No, he is there. He himself told, I am there. In this way, Guru means books. Guru means heavy actually. Heavy with what? Knowledge. From which knowledge? Scriptural knowledge. So, how do you get this thing? Shravana, first hearing. And then upakrama, and then upasamhara, abhyasa, purvavata phala, and then you have arthavada, and then upapatti. Very, very simple. It is not very complicated to understand. First, when you hear, what do you feel? Something is interesting. Something very interesting. When you see something interesting, then your interest will take you to understand the conclusion. I want to know what exactly they are saying. So first here, when you hear, you get some kind of interest. That is very, very important. If you are interested in something, then what do you do? You take more interest and try to find out what exactly it is. Try to find conclusion. If you are not interested, then Bhagavatam class सुन लिया, Gita हो गया. But if you are interested, then you see it to the. Suppose you Even mobile, so many people send messages. Next. Delete. Why? Because you're not interested. If you're interested, what do? You see through the hand. So, first one is Upakrama, introduction. That means you try to get interest, and then now when you know the conclusion, you know the conclusion. Yes, this is the conclusion. This is what it is. Then what are you supposed to do? Your interest continues, and you repeat it. So this is where people fail. I know now. You don't repeat. That is called abhyasa, repetition. When you have done a lot of abhyasa, so when you have done a lot of abhyasa, means you repeated, apurvavata phala, you get the phala. Phala means what? Result. The phala means actually result. The result of the scriptural study is not because of our hearing, is not because of our interest, just interest. It is not because of you understood. It is because of repetition. It is a repetition which actually gives you the result of scriptures. You don't have to study so many things. You just have to study little bit. And what you do? Repeat. That is called abhyasa. And then you get the phala. When you get the phala, what you do? You elaborate on it. How long will it take you to explain? How many of you know what is called koikote? How long will it take you to explain what is koikote? How long? I make a PPT. How long does it take?
You can take 5 minutes or so, you can describe everything.
How long? Okay. 1 hour. How long it will take you to explain what is rasgulla? How long it will take you?
10 minutes.
10 minutes maximum. But if you give me a rasgulla, I can speak about it for hours and hours. I don't require any PPT for that. Why? Because you have tasted. So one is talking about what is rasgulla. Other one is what? How is it? What is rasgulla? How long it will take for you?
5 to 10 minutes.
And how is it? There is no end. There is no end. Even if nobody is there, also you go on talking about it. You in mind only. And that is called Arthavada and Upapatti. That is called Arthavada and Upapatti. There is no limit to it. So, thereafter the devotee realizes Bhagavan exists in all the manifestations with the omniscience, omnipotency and supreme compassion. So this is called vichara. This is how, however it is stated, ruchi pradhanam tu na tadrak vichara-pekshaya jayate kintu sadhu sangalila kata shravana ruchir shraddha shravanadi avritti rupaivaso margaha sadakaha. Sadhakas predominantly motivated by ruchi do not depend on the kind of reasoning and deliberation. First they hear narrations of Bhagavan's pastimes, associated devotees. Then they acquire taste for such narrations, and as a result they develop Shraddha. This is hereby indicated that in which such faith that sadhakas driven by ruchi engage repeatedly in Shravana Kirtan. So, a certain cases it so happens that there are some people who have great ruchi just to hear. It may be because of the previous life. They just go on hearing and they don't have to go through all these processes of contemplation and all these things. It's exclusive case. Now this is about Shraddha. Okay. Shraddha means Shastri Shraddha. Laukiki Shraddha is going to benefit, but it's not going to yield you ultimate benefit. See to the end. So now comes Ado Shraddha, then what? Sadhu Sangha. So I'll give you when somebody asked me a question. It's a very interesting question. What is the difference between Laukiki Shraddha and Shastri Shraddha? What is the difference between these two? Scripturally, so many things can be talked about it. But practically, if you want to know who has what, who has Laukiki Shraddha and who has Shastri Shraddha? Who has Laukiki Shraddha and who has? What that person or the devotee is doing when he is alone. What the devotee is doing when he or she is alone. Nobody is watching. Is he chanting and reading? Or but if Shastri Shraddha, then what happens? Continue. Because you are interested in the scriptures. It is not forced. Something forced cannot last long. Valat. Just imagine Srila Vishvanath Cakravarti Thakur, who is Rupa Goswami himself, after writing Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and he just in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, what he mentions? Ado Shraddha, this words he only mentioned, but he has not given the explanation to it. That explanation he gives where? In this book called Madhurya-ka. And then he explains the Shraddha is of two kinds. One is Swabhaviki, other is Balat. Forcibly, how long can you make a person do something, anything? Forcefully. You cannot. As well as small child is there, you can do. Forcefully. Forcefully means feed the child, run behind and do all kinds of things. But after some time, then he has to realize that I have to eat. I have to study. So till even for studies also, the mothers, they beat the child, do eat and study, what all. But okay, 6th, 7th, 8th standard, till then you can do. After that, you cannot really do that. You cannot do. Even if you do, what will happen? No use. The child will revolt. One boy was my friend in my class. He came to the examination, he just sat, he did not write any paper. So why are you not writing answer? Then after the class he told me, yesterday my mother prayed me because I am not studying. So I don't want to write. So Bala, some initially it is there. Later on, nothing. So this is what it is. Okay. So now Shraddha we discussed, now Sadhu Sangha. Now what is the meaning of Sadhu Sangha? Here the word Sadhu Sangha means initiation. Seeing your Shraddha, which Shraddha? Shastri Shraddha, the sadhu out of great compassion, what does he do? He gives you Ado Shraddha Tata. Let us see. So once you have faith, one attains Sadhu Sangha, the association of saintly persons. There was association of saintly persons before also, but there was no compulsion. But now you are bound. It is bound. It is a bondage. Initiation means what? a bondage, a bandhana. You have bandhana with so many things in this world now. It is adhyatmika bandhana. That is why Diksha or initiation is called adhyatmika vivaha. When a young girl gets married to a young boy, there is a bondage. What is bondage? That is on the material platform. That is like a husband and wife. They are bound to be so throughout life. Now in the same way here, this initiation is known as what? Adhyatmika vivaha. It's a bondage, and that is called sadhu sangha. So, Sri Guru, the most beloved devotee of Bhagavan, becomes the worshipable Lord for the devotee who has taken Diksha. From him one receives spiritual instruction, Siksha, initiation into Krishna mantra, Diksha, instructions concerning the practice, Bhajana Siksha. You have Siksha, two kinds of Sikshas are there. One Siksha is Tattva Siksha, means the philosophy of Krishna, Sambandha Jnana. Another Siksha is how to practically execute. Like to give you a small example, glory of the holy name is called Tattva Jnana. And how to chant, that is known as Abhideya. So Sambandha and Abhideya. And by doing so, he gets Diksha. There is Siksha, Bhajana Siksha and Diksha. Now the Guru not only gives that, Srila Vishvanath Cakravarti says, that Guru's responsibility is to teach Sadachara. Earlier when you are associating with a sadhu, he just asks you to chant. He spoke Bhagavad Gita. But now he says, get up early in the morning. बहुत अच्छे थे पहले अभी क्या होता When I used to come to temple, I was getting Mahaprasad, I was getting served. Now you are asking me to serve. What is this? What has happened? Why are you asking me to serve? Now I become senior devotee, I am initiated, I should get more. So, Sadachar, proper conduct. Isn't it? You shouted at somebody because he did not give me Mahaprasad. Now you are shouting at me that I am eating Mahaprasad. The Sadachar has to be taught. That is a guest. Or who? They are as good as God. Atiti Devo Bhava. So what are you doing? Atiti Devo Bhava, you have to treat them. You are sitting and eating, you should serve them. So that is Sadachar. So Siksha, two kinds of Siksha. That is Tattva Siksha, Bhajana Siksha, and then we have Mantra Diksha, and ultimately to hold all these things you require Sadachar. Some people may ask why you require Sadachar. Because you need to hold the Siksha and Diksha, what you have got, you require Sadachar. So what happens in this way when you practice with association of devotees, there is a desire. I should also become like him. That is called spriha. It is called aspiration, spiritual aspiration. It is known as spriha. This spriha is being technically defined by Srila Vishvanath Cakravarti as sajatiya ashaya. Asha means desire. How do you get desire for something? By associating with a person who has a desire for that. Like somebody has got switch off the fan or AC. Fan, because of the fan, AC is now double engine. So you get desire by hearing. You are peaceful, no problem. As soon as you switch on the TV, what happens? Naya mobile. This mobile has got 4 cameras in it. What mobile has got with camera? Mobile is required to speak to somebody else, isn't it? But now, how do they improvise the speaking? Safe speaking. But they have to sell you. What they do? They create a desire in you. Oh, my mobile has only one hole behind. So I should buy that. So desire comes. The same way there is a sajatiya. So in this way the desire comes. Practicing in this way awakens the good fortune of able to associate with devotees who have similar spiritual aspirations, sajatiya, who are affectionately disposed towards oneself and who are expert in the realm of bhajan. So, this is where affection for devotees manifests. Affection for devotees who are expert in bhajan. What happens is, the desire which a devotee has, that is transformed into our heart. Not just by sitting, by having what? Affection. Like you have one plug point is there. And you have to run a fan or a bulb or something like that. If the wire is rusted, the transfer will not be. In the same way, what is that connection which a person has for the other person is affection. The stronger the affection, the transfer of desire is strong. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur had a great desire to establish Krishna consciousness around the world. He has great desire. And Srila Prabhupada had a great affection for Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And that is why the desire got transferred to his heart. Tara icha bala bada balavan. Same thing. Prabhupada, did he have desire? That I want to establish his Krishna consciousness around the world. Actually, he told, what did he say to Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur? This is not the time for that. What did he say? First, let us become independent. Angresho ko bhagao. We have to practice, we have to be involved in the independence movement. Till we are independent, how can we preach Krishna consciousness? Then Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, he installed this. No. And gradually, over a period of time, the desire became more and more and more and more. To such an extent, it took 40 years. Prabhupada contemplating that I had to accomplish the desire of mine. Like even in the house also, somebody wants to cook something, so they, with affection, what they do? They cook those things which are liked by desired by the family members or the guests. Even though the person may not know certain things, but still struggle hard to fulfill the desire of. Now, going further. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Jiva Goswami, he in commentary says, Adho pratame sadhu sangha shastra shravane dvara shraddha tad artha vishwasaha tatha pratama taha dvitiyaha sadhu sangho bhajana ritihi siksha nibandanaha. At first, by hearing devotional text in association of saintly personality, Shraddha comes, or unflinching faith comes. The words of scriptures and saintly person away. Thereafter, when a person realizes that engaging exclusively in bhajan is my duty, he further associates saintly person. So, there is sadhu sangha before Shraddha, and there is sadhu sangha after. What is the difference? Before Shraddha, it was sadhu sangha was time milega to aunga class mein. After Shraddha, what is that? Time nikal ke aunga. As simple as that. This is the difference. Both are sadhu sangha only. But initially what it was, there is no binding, there is no bondage. Huh? And after that what is there? It's something like girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. Girlfriend, boyfriend, what? Dekhenge. There is no bondage. There is no commitment. Genuine means commitment. Huh? It's like that. Okay. Famous words to be known, memorized by everyone. What is that? Tasmat gurum prapadyeta jijñāsu shaye uttamam sabde pareja nishnādam brahman upashamāshvayam. And that is why one should, therefore a person who wishes to know the absolute truth must accept a guru. That guru must be well versed in the scriptures. So these words in the Bhagavatam itself talks about Tasmat. That is why Gurum Prapadyeta, one has to take shelter. Not going to how long you are going to continue with the sadhu sangha without Shraddha. So it has to transform into the sadhu sangha after Shraddha. Sadhu sangha is Shraddha. So that is what is spoken in this particular verse. Shrinvatam swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hidantastoya Vadrani Vidunoti Sursata. So this verse talks about what? Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, then what? Anartha Nivritti. In one verse, three things are spoken. So read the purport for this verse.
Then from hearing with taste, one begins to hear and chant. Then Krishna, being situated within, destroys the sins abhadrani in the heart. Krishna being situated within refers to the process of smarana.
Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Krishna, where is he situated? Hridantastaha. He is situated in the heart. And then, what is he doing? Abhadrani vidhunoti. He is cleaning up all the abhadra. Abhadra, what is abhadra? Nashta prayesh abhadresh. So that we'll talk about it. Now, going further, we have basically this sadhu sangha means diksha. So I will not talk much about it because we have to go to bhajana kriya. Now comes bhajana kriya. Shrinvatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana. Shravana kirtana is what? It is punya. It is punya means it is always auspicious. That means you don't have to see what is auspicious time, what is inauspicious time for chanting by hearing Bhagavatam. Every time is auspicious. Whenever you chant, that is auspicious. Whenever you read Bhagavatam, that is only auspicious time. Punya Shravana Kirtana Hidantastoy Bhadrani Vidnoti Surutsatam. The Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna is known as Bhajana Kriya. Now there are two levels of Bhajana Kriya. One level of Bhajana Kriya is this Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Tata Bhajana Kriya. And there is another level of Bhajana Kriya after Anartha Nivritti. So there is Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, and there is Nishtha. The Nishtha is also Bhajana Kriya. And before Anartha Nivritti is also Bhajana Kriya. What is the difference between these two? The first level of Bhajana Kriya, which is described before Anartha Nivritti, is known as Anishtita Bhajana Kriya. What is it known as? Anishtita Bhajana Kriya. And then after Anartha Nivritti, or to the extent there is Anartha Nivritti, what is there? Nishtita Bhajana Kriya. Because these anarthas, they create obstacles in bhajan. They create obstacles. Because of the obstacles in the bhajan, bhajan is not very steady. Or what is it called? Anishtita. And what is Nishtita Bhajana Kriya? So, what actually creates a havoc in our life of a devotee is what? Is anarthas. Okay? So, first the effect of anarthas are described. Then anarthas is described. Like for example, if you talk about drugs, people will take more drugs. First, what are you supposed to talk about? Effect of drugs. Then they'll say, don't talk about it anymore. But still, you should know. So, first you talk about the effect of drugs, effect of anarthas. Now let us see what are the effect of anarthas and what is the anishtita bhajana kriya. Okay. Tato bhajana kriya sacha dividha nishtita anishtita nishtita cha tatta patam anishtita क्रमोत्साह उत्साहमहि उत्साहमहि घनतरता व्यूढ़ विकल्प विषय संग्रह and niyama and tarangarangini. So these are the 6 kinds of what? The effect of anartha, that is anishtita. And very interesting because it's talking about us. When somebody talks about you, you'll be very happy. Who doesn't want? So you become very happy. So once I was doing a class on how the whole world is so foolish. Everybody was so happy about it. I asked, why are you so happy about it? That is the whole world is like that probably. No, I'm not. It's because I'm talking about you. Actually, when I talk about you, I'm very happy about it. So, first one is called Utsahamai. Filled with an enthusiasm based on overconfidence, which is thus feeble and short-lived. How many of you have played with balloons? You blow the balloon and then leave it. What happens to the balloon? Huh? And you have to find. Where? You'll find at the corner, it's like a dead rat. So all of a sudden 64 months, and after 1 month, where are you? Guru Maharaj, come. Hey, Kirtan mela nahi hai. Hey, Kirtan mela nahi hai. Kirtan mela nahi wala. Next day, Mangal Aarti. He's like a dead rat. So this is called what? Utsahamai. Like balloon, typical balloon. And other people feel, kya Shuddha-bhakti hai? Utsahamai. Good. There's nothing wrong with that. Because that is also what? Bhajan. It is what kind of bhajan? Anishtita. Next one is called Ghanataralata. So there is Ghana. Ghana means very strong. Very, very strong. I just want a fixed devotee. Nirjala Ekadashi now today. Very strong. Should be determined. And after some time, I told you, last Ekadashi, you inspired me a lot. I did not find you this Ekadashi for the 64 rounds. See, I'm telling you one thing. You should take care of your family also. Then he starts Tarata. And all of a sudden, I'm advising you also that take Take it easy. Take it easy. Just devotion is like achar. Too much also not good. And it is not there also not good. Little, this much. Devotion is like a rice and chapatis. It's the basic ingredient. All other things can be other, like sabji achar. But he makes devotion into achar. All of a sudden something very strong, thick and thin, irresolute, sporadic endeavors in devotion. Sporadic endeavors. Then there is Vyuda Vikalpa. Vyuda Vikalpa, what is it called? Indecisiveness resulting from contemplating a diversity of alternatives, doubts, constantly assailing one's resolve. So, Vyuda Vikalpa. Vyuda Vikalpa. In the mind, so many doubts come. What is the use now? Doing all these things. किसके लिए कर रहा हूँ? Whom for whom sake I am doing? Is it really true or what? All the doubts come in the mind. That is called Vyuda. And Vishaya Sangra. There is so many mind. It is getting attracted to so many different sense objects. Chanting, that is the time people are complaining this thing. They say, Rauji, in the mind so many sense objects are coming in my mind, what to do? Earlier I was very happy. But now I have become more lusty. More sense objects are coming, very more attracted to sense objects. My mind is disturbing me. So this is called what? Vishaya. And then Niyama Kshama. Niyama. I take a vow. What is it vow? Tomorrow I am going to get up. Every day, 4 o'clock, I do Mangalarti. Go to temple to Mangalarti. Next day I do. And then what you do, get some cold red cup. You take rest for 1 week. 1 week rest. Only one day attended Mangalarti, 1 week rest. So what is it? This is called, you take a vow and then Tarangarangini. All the benefits. I am chanting, so I should get these benefits. I should enjoy this thing. I am a senior devotee now. When I go there, I should get an asana. And I should get the first arati. Nobody is paying obeisances to me. So I should get some benefits. So in this way, the unsteady bhajana kriya or anishtita bhajana kriya, these are the symptoms of anishtita bhajana kriya. These 6 things are more elaborately described. If you want, we can discuss about it, but not so much required, because I am not doing a seminar on Madhurya Academy, just to give you an idea. Of what exactly is the subject matter. Vishaya Sangraha, inebriate of old woes, Tarangarangini. Okay, I think we have done for today. Then starts what? Anartha Nivritti. So we should know what these anarthas are. 4 kinds of anarthas, and within 4 kinds of anarthas there are 4 things are there, which is described in the next verse. Nashta prayeshu avadreshu nityam Bhagavata. In spite of all these 6 things happening, continue. Whenever somebody comes to you and says, oh, this is happening, just somehow ask him to continue. By continuing, Prayesha Bhadreshu Nashtaha, Nashta Prayesha Bhadreshu, Nityam. Nityam means if you continue doing the same thing, in spite of all these 6 things, then Bhaktir Bhavati. Then Bhakti. What kind of Bhakti? Naishtiki. And that shows Nishtha. Nishtita bhajan happens. So for that we should know what are these anarthas. 16 kinds of anarthas are there, categorized into 4. That is the subject matter for tomorrow. Okay. Hare Krishna.